Halloween H20 versus Halloween 2018. Which one's better? Hey there guys, and welcome back to Dino Reviews. So we are continuing on with our 31 days of Halloween, and this week guys I want to do something a little bit different. So we're going to look at Halloween H20, which was released in 1998, and Halloween 2018, which was only released 2 years ago. Now both movies follow a very similar plot, a very similar story idea, but they are executed quite differently. So guys, the first one we're going to look at is Michael Myers himself, the Shape. So what I love about Halloween 2018 is, for me anyway, Michael Myers felt like the exact same Myers we got in that classic 78 version. Everything about the character, be it he had his mask on or not, felt like Michael, and that's kind of what I liked a lot about it. The first half of the movie, Myers doesn't have a mask on at all, and he still felt like the same character. It does harken back to the original movie, where we don't actually see Myers in his mask for quite some time. At the same time though, there is a strange presence to him that you know he's dangerous, and you definitely get that with the 2018 version. Now of course, with Halloween H20, it was plagued with many different masks throughout the entire production. So there's actually, I think, 4 different masks used throughout the entire movie of H20, and honestly, they do get a little bit distracting. The start of the movie had a mask very similar to Halloween 6, and honestly that's my favourite one in the movie. Unfortunately though, they didn't use it for the rest of the film. The main mask itself, honestly I don't mind it too much. I'm a fan of that mask, but I do just prefer the one we get in 2018. The 2018 version, it looks like that same mask from 78, just a bit aged up. Now as well as that guys, with Michael in Halloween 2018, his mannerisms, his movement all do harken back to that 78 version again. I do also like the performance in Halloween H20. It's actually one of my favourite Michael performances, mainly because he's not robotic that we get in Halloween 2 to Halloween 6. But overall guys, Halloween 2018, just as Michael Myers as a Shape, definitely takes the win. Another comparison you can do is Laurie Strode, the other central character in the movies. So Laurie kind of is on a very similar path with Halloween H20 and Halloween 2018. H20 was released in 1998 as the 20th anniversary of the original movie. Now what they did is they forgot everything that came after Halloween 2 and just focused on Michael and Laurie. So we catch up with Laurie Strode 20 years later, and we find out she's an alcoholic and she has a drug problem. She kind of hasn't gone past the events that happened in that first movie. Now she is constantly waiting for Michael to appear. She doesn't think he's presumed dead, she just thinks he's waiting for her. Now Laurie in Halloween 2018 is kind of going along the same path as the one from H20, just this time it's a little bit more in your face. So with Laurie 2018, she is again waiting for Michael. The only difference is Michael has been incarcerated since 1978. So she kind of built this house with the idea of trapping Michael in it. You know, she has mad plans throughout the entire movie of how to take him on, and her entire life has been taken over by Michael Myers. I did think that was a bit more tragic, definitely when you're watching the movie. You do feel a lot for her character, but when you look at H20, the Laurie Strode in that is a little bit more similar to the one we get in 78. What I will say guys is Jamie Lee Curtis's performance in 2018 is much better, but if I had to pick between the two characters, I actually prefer Laurie Strode in 1998. That character, you know, she is strong, but she's also fragile. She also has a great moment at the end of the movie where she kind of turns around and decides to take Michael on. It's a great moment in the movie. It's a great arc for her character. She has that great moment where she kind of screams Michael's voice and actually goes hunting for him. Just overall, for her story development and her character act, I do think H20 does it a bit better. Now we do still have Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, so that could change. But just overall guys, just with these two movies, I gotta give that one to H20. Now another thing you can look at is the tone and the feel of both movies. H20, it is based in California, so it's very sunny and it looks more like summer than anything else. It also feels a little bit more like a Scream movie. With Halloween 2018, we get more that fall feeling, that original kind of Halloween feel, and it just fits in a little bit more. We also return to Haddonfield, which is actually much better for the movie, so overall I'd give that one to Halloween 2018. Another thing you can look at is the characters in both movies. So for me guys, I'd give this one to H20 just because I prefer the relationship between John and Laurie. You can kind of tell the frustration and what's gone through with their relationship and how it's broken down over the 20 years, compared to Halloween 2018 where Laurie has a daughter and a granddaughter. What annoyed me about that movie is you don't see Karen and Laurie confront each other. They never really get a scene together. The only time they are in a scene together is with Karen's husband. I actually think that takes away from their relationship. Now, of course, another thing you have to consider are the kills in the movie. For me, I actually prefer Halloween 2018. The kills in that one are brutal, they're gory, and they're exactly what I want out of a Halloween movie. What I like though as well is Michael in that movie is quite creative with his kills. If you look at the original Halloween, Michael is very creative of how he kind of hides bodies around the house for Laurie to find. You get that with this one as well. So one of the cops in this one gets kind of carved into a pumpkin. So Michael kind of hides different bodies in different places for Laurie to find in her house, and that kind of harkened back to the original movie a little bit more. Now what I will say is Halloween H20 still has some great kills. There are some shocking, gnarly kills in there too, but just overall I think Halloween 2018 does it a little bit better. Another one I kind of wasn't sure about throwing in are the twists of both movies. Now if you look at Halloween H20, it doesn't really have any twists. Of course, if you look at Resurrection, you can say that there's a twist in the movie, but overall there's not much twist to happen if you look at it as a complete movie. With Halloween 2018, unfortunately we do have Dr. Sartain. Now I like the character of Dr. Sartain, just a twist that eventually comes with his character was a huge disappointment. I absolutely loved the entire movie right up until that point, and it just left a sour taste in my mouth. The rest of the movie I absolutely loved. Can't get enough of it. Just Dr. Sartain in particular was definitely a low point. So with that one guys, I would give it to Halloween H20 just because it really doesn't have any twists and it just sticks to one complete story. We also have the last act of both movies. For me, Halloween 2018 definitely had some issues with its last act. I didn't really know what it was doing with it at times, and it did kind of seem a bit silly that Michael ended up in the exact same house as Laurie Strode, even though he's not meant to be hunting her. Now with Halloween H20, it definitely has more of a complete story where Michael and Laurie come face to face. She finally kind of turns around and starts hunting him, and that great decapitation at the end of the movie would have been a great bookend to the overall series. Now for me guys, and I've said this a million times, if I'd watched Halloween H20 and that was the last movie ever, that would have been honestly a great way to end the series. With Halloween 2018, the ending was actually changed after test screenings, and I still don't think they got it just right. I still like the ending, I still think it's quite fun, and there's a lot of throwbacks to the original movie, but just overall I do think Halloween H20 does it a little bit better. And the last one guys is the directing. So for both movies, they are directed quite well, but again guys, Halloween 2018 just looks and feels more like a Halloween movie. It's also probably the best directed movie in the entire series besides the original. Halloween H20, it's also a very well directed movie, but as I said, it kind of feels more like Scream. It doesn't feel like a Halloween film. With that said guys, the cinematography in Halloween 2018 is above and beyond anything we've gotten for any Halloween sequel in the series. So David Gordon Green did an incredible job in that movie, and honestly I can't wait to see what he does with Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. Halloween movies and just slasher movies have not been directed at this scale before, so it is exciting to see. So with that one guys, I would definitely give that to Halloween 2018. Overall guys, I love both movies. I think they're both brilliant. I do think Halloween H20 has a better ending and has a better Laurie Strode, but overall I do think Halloween 2018 is the better movie. But guys, which movie do you prefer yourself? Do you like one over the other, or do you like them the same? If you had to categorize them the kind of same way I did, how would you categorize them and which ranking would you give each one? Remember guys, you can subscribe to the channel, pop on your notification bell if you haven't already. We are going to be doing 31 days of Halloween for the month of October, so if you haven't guys, I definitely recommend popping on the notification bell just so you don't miss another video, and I will see you in the next one.